which teams will make the Mountain West Championship game. Championship season is here, so we're back on the Big Mountain to keep you updated. Hey, JY here with an update regarding the Mountain West Championship game scenarios. And yes, we have to go to the computer metrics. As a reminder, I've done a few of these pods. I want to remind everybody what those metrics are. The Mountain West is using 4 of them: the Conley, SP+, the ESPN SOR, the KPI rating, and then the sports score. 3 of those 4 are public. The 4th one you have to have a paid subscription for, and I'm going to throw up where those were at coming into this week's game. So again, these scores are before yesterday's games. We'll have to wait and see what happens. But as we know, we had 2 huge games yesterday: the New Mexico versus San Diego State game and the Boise versus Utah State game. New Mexico comes away with the win in double overtime, and Boise sneaks out a win versus Utah State. So what that means right now is Boise, San Diego State, and New Mexico are all 1-1 against each other. So there's no head-to-head tiebreaker that can be used, which then means we have to take these 3 teams and use the metrics. Of course, as you can see here, San Diego State had the best metrics, very, very close to UNLV, but had the best metrics coming into the week. UNM, unfortunately, was at the bottom here. They had the worst metrics coming into the week. The question's going to be, how much do these metrics change? What kind of variations do we have with that San Diego State loss to UNM in double overtime? Boise, their metrics will probably increase slightly with a win over Utah State. I don't think it will be enough to overtake UNLV. Now, let's just assume UNLV wins today's game versus Nevada. That then means we have a 4-way tie. So all 4 schools that you're seeing on the screen, again, assuming a UNLV win today, all 4 of these teams will go in and need to be used. The metrics will need to be used because not all of them have played head-to-head. UNLV and San Diego State have not played each other. All 4 teams will go into the metrics, and the top 2 will make it to the championship game. Yes, they don't use the metrics for the top 1 and then look at head-to-head. They will take the top 2 teams via these 4 metrics, and those 4 teams will advance into the Mountain West Championship game. So again, as you can see, a UNLV victory today means they will be in the championship game. They came in with some of the highest rankings. I expect them to have the highest rankings with that Aztec loss. So I think UNLV will be in and will be hosting the championship game again if they have a win versus Nevada. UNLV's, we're going to be having the game in Vegas, my opinion, but I think these stats kind of bear that out. The number 2 team is going to be between San Diego State and Boise State. You know, their difference clearly a little greater than where UNLV was there in terms of San Diego State and UNLV. The question is, do the Aztecs drop enough for Boise to overtake them here and go to the championship game? I originally was thinking that Boise would probably make it in, and we'd have 3 straight years of the Rebels versus the Broncos. I'm just not sure San Diego State, with a double OT loss there to New Mexico, I'm not sure they fall enough to be overtaken by Boise, especially since Boise is a 4-loss team. I know that's their overall record. All of these teams have 2 losses in conference, but that will affect their ratings. I'm not sure San Diego State's going to decrease enough in these stat categories to lose their shot in the championship game. So yesterday I was thinking UNLV and Boise. Today, the more I've thought about this, I think it's actually probably going to be the Aztecs and UNLV making it to the championship game in Las Vegas. Of course, as I said, this is all contingent upon the Rebels winning the game today. If the Rebels lose, I think it's pretty clear we'll have the Aztecs versus the Broncos. And I apologize, Lobos fans. I wish I could talk about you guys a little bit more, but you're just so far down on the metrics. That win versus San Diego State here at the end of the season is not going to increase your metrics enough to overtake, in my opinion, probably any of those three teams that are ahead of you. But Lobos, you've had a fantastic season. Look like you may be headed to the championship game. And even though you're not, phenomenal season there from Coach Eck and what he's done in year one. There could be a Mountain West championship game in your future very, very soon. And I'm excited for any of these matchups, whichever ones we get, whether it's UNLV versus San Diego State or UNLV versus Boise State. I would prefer San Diego State. I've kind of been there, done that, seen that with the UNLV Boise games. I know it's new teams, new coach for UNLV, and I get all that. I was hoping for some new blood in the Mountain West Championship game. So I guess you could say I'm kind of rooting for the UNLV versus San Diego State game so we can get at least one new team into the championship. So there it is. I wanted to bring it to you today. I know there's a lot of people asking about this, a lot of people talking about this, but I just want to be clear. Once we go to the metrics, that's what they use for the top two teams. All right. That's what they're going to be using to get the teams into the championship game. So, hey, I thank you guys for watching this. What an awesome day of Mountain West football yesterday. Got 3 more games again today. And then you guys know we will be gearing up for the Mountain West Championship game next week, December 5th, Friday. Going to be a great game. Whomever's in it, we've got the top 3 and 4 teams here, all fantastic football teams. With that, hey, smash that like button on the way out. Subscribe if you're not already, and I'll see you next time on the Big Mountain.